everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jess and today's video is going to be a reading weekly vlog. I would suggest you get yourself a nice mug of something warm. I have green tea right here. I am currently still recovering from tonsillitis and a sickness bug that I very kindly picked up from my day job. But we're doing well. I have got green tea, nice and warm, soothing for the throat, and also to help me sleep. It is Tuesday evening. I am feeling super exhausted. I actually feel better than I did this morning, which is saying a lot, because I woke up feeling bad. I have been to work all day. I made myself dinner. I've cleaned up. I've done a load of laundry. Oh my goodness, I am girl bossing close to the sun today. But I need to be careful because I will just burn myself straight out again. Before we got started with this reading vlog, I have some really exciting book mail to share with you that I don't think I shared in the last vlog. And then I have some reading updates to share also because I have actually been doing a fair bit of readings. Let's do a little cheeky book haul first. I say little cheeky because should I be buying more books? Absolutely not. My TBR cart is quite literally full to the brim, like overflowing. I've got a whole stack of books on top of the books that are on the trolley right now. The new releases at the moment, guys, they're so good. And I know that the next one, Mate, just came out by Ali Hazelwood and I really want to read that. I know I shouldn't because my TBR is full and I should really be trying to read from that. And then I just end up picking up a Kindle Unlimited book. It's so funny. But to be fair, the Kindle reading has happened a lot because when I'm ill and I'm feeling so ill that I'm literally physically crying from pain, the only thing that I know is that it's tonsillitis, but I get a really bad like burning sensation all the way up my back to the point where it's complete agony, and to be able to book it out I'm just escaping, and so I'm just reading loads. So I've actually been binge reading loads of books on my Kindle. New purchases, let's talk about them. And I got my fairy loot in the mail. This is alchemized. Oh my goodness. Now I liked the sound of this book obviously because I didn't skip, but I wasn't super excited about it until my best friend that's just finished Wild Reverence, she was talking about this and she was like so hyped for its release and she was so excited, and now I, as a friend of hers, trust her judgment so much and I'm so excited. I thought this was going to be fully dark academia, which is obviously why I've skipped it from whatever book box it was in, but actually this girl goes to hell. And now that's all that I needed to know. Why did I not know that? And then literally the quote on the back says, "Alice Law, you naughty girl, you're trying to go to hell." And I'm low-key like very excited about this book now. Like I actually genuinely am excited. I don't know, I'm excited for this now, because I've really enjoyed other books set in hell. I really enjoyed For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is more like comedic. But I really enjoyed that book, and I kind of enjoy the Cameron Scalco books. I really like that's got that hell, and it's also that kind of gothic fantasy vibes, which I love. I'm still technically currently reading Hurricane Wars. However, I feel like this might become a soft DNF for now. I'm 163 pages through. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. When I'm reading it, I'm enjoying it. But I have no want to pick it up. Right, here's the problem with this, and I have this problem with so many books, and it ruins the story for me. Like, I think I would have enjoyed this if I didn't know anything about the synopsis. I'm gonna say it, I think it would. This line here. Enemies forced into marriage. How are we 163 pages through this book? We're approaching the halfway mark. These people are not married. There's been no arranged marriage. There's been no storm coming. There's been nothing. And I just don't get it. And it actually makes me angry when authors do this, or should I say publishers do this, or like authors allow it. I don't know. I don't know if authors have a conversation and what can go in a synopsis. Why can publishers just not overwrite the synopsis? Just tell us enough to pipe the interest. Don't spoil anything. At the end of the day, if it's over 100 pages in and it happens over 100 pages in, you don't need to have it on the synopsis as far as I'm concerned. The synopsis is meant to be like a brief thing to kind of like get you into the story, get you excited for it. Like, why are we writing the whole fucking plot on the back of the book? Sorry, I don't often swear, but it's actually pissed me off because I genuinely was so excited for this book. I was so in the mood for it. And then I started reading and reading and reading. And I was like, where the hell is this marriage plot? Where the hell is this hate to love plot? Where the hell is this? Lad, it's not there because they still aren't even there. You still aren't even progressing in the world. It's still going so fucking slow. And it's just, I don't know. I feel angry, like I said, and I also just don't feel the will to pick it up right now. So I'm going to soften an effort until I have the will. So the book that I'm currently reading and genuinely really enjoying is the Book of Asriel, and I have the physical book on my TBR actually, so this will clear a lot of room for my physical TBR. I'm 23% of the way through and I am I'm really enjoying it, guys. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just gassed about this book. I'm really enjoying it. It's giving those dark kind of fantasy vibes in like a good way. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like gothic, but it almost gives those vibes, the autumnal vibes. You know the vibes that I'm talking about? Like, she can shapeshift, she's a powerful, badass bitch. And I just love the main character, to be honest with you. So whilst I've been sick, I finished Blood of Hercules, which, I mean, please don't do a page count on this because I literally, every waking moment was just reading for the last, like, 7 days, so enjoy. I finished Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. Now this felt kind of like really fever dreamy. I think they call it a stream of conscience POV, and I don't think I've ever read a book with that perspective. And it was messy and it was disjointed and it was like so wild, but at the same time so bingeable. It was such a weird perspective to read from. Do I think I would continue? Now, this is a very interesting conversational topic, right? I kind of do want to continue, but I didn't necessarily enjoy the book. I don't know, it felt like a fever dream almost with the way that it was written. But I kind of want to continue to know where it goes, but then I also don't know how long this book series is going to be, so I don't know if I want to dedicate myself to that. Then I read, I hate the name of this, Hot for Hostage by Maggie Evans, and this was just like a really silly mafia romance focusing on a dog. I wouldn't even say mafia romance because I would say that very lightly. It has a touch of mafia in, but it's not really that strong. Basically, this girl works at a shelter. She is trained to be a chef, and her dream is to eventually open like a homemade treats for your pets store, like bakery. She works as a volunteer at a pet shelter, a dog shelter. The store's keeps getting vandalised by a group of teenagers, and they've tried to contact the police, but the police won't deal with it, anything like that. So they were talking about it, and they were like bringing up the fact that, you know, maybe this big boss like person can help them. He is the mafia, but you know that as soon as they're talking about it anyway. And they talk about how he would probably help, but that it's this and that and the other, and it's dangerous to go and ask. So they're like, okay, and then she randomly, and then they dog nap one of the dogs, these teenagers, and it was her favourite dog, and she just kind of like loses it a little bit, and then she goes to get ice cream to help her feel better, and then that's when she realises that in the ice cream store that she frequents all the time is the mafia boss, and she steals, and basically she then kind of takes him as hostage. Following on from that, I read Knotting with a Stranger by Harley Knight, and you can assume what trope that has in it. Don't ask why. I was in the mood for something like Bride by Ali Hazelwood or The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I was wanting that kind of vibes. I thought this would give it to me. It was very binge worthy. It was very like quick to read. Honestly, this one I read in the complete depths of illness, so I couldn't really tell you much about it, but I do remember it being good. But yeah, those are the 3 books that I read whilst I was struggling and crying, let's be real, through most of the nights. Good morning, guys. Reading update, Book of Asriel. I am on chapter 23, which is 233 pages through, and I'm 41% of the way through. I've read 19% more of the story last night. I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's fast-paced enough, but it's also giving me enough of those hints in between, and then when it is slow in places, it's giving me enough to care. Like, I really want to delve deeper into our female main character, because right now she's very, I wouldn't say she's erratic, but, or like stupid, but I think she's had to live her life on such high alert that whenever someone tries to help her or her sister, she just kind of like barks before she even thinks about what she's doing. Like, she is just barking at people and like going for them. She's just always angry at everybody, the world, the people around her, the situation that she's in, and I can completely understand where she comes from with that. However, I must say, she is so angry at the world, even at the stupidest of times. I will say there's a lot of like sister love in this book, and to be honest, I'm glad I didn't know that going into the story, because if I did, I probably would have chosen not to read this series, because I just don't normally like a sister bond book. I think that her attitude very much comes from, especially because I just found out how old she was like in the last couple of chapters that I read last night, with how old she is and who she's been saddled to. I don't know, who she's been forced to be linked with. I do feel that her attitude is almost warranted. She's had to be that person for so long that letting go of the person you've had to be for thousands of years, I can assume, is very difficult, and I think it's going to take her time, and I'm excited to see her character progression, to be honest. It is Tuesday morning. I had the best day yesterday. I managed to get home early because my mum and her partner were here because we were surprising him for his birthday meal. So he went out for a birthday meal. It was Margarita Monday, so we got a free margarita. It was absolutely phenomenal. And to be honest, it was just a great way to spend my Monday, just filling my cup up even more from the weekend, because I had a really full cup weekend. I am so excited. I read the Book of Ezreal over the weekend and I finished it and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, and the ending was not what I anticipated. I'm now 9 chapters into the next book in that series. I can never remember the name of it. I don't even think you guys can see me, but as I was saying before I left the house, I'm really loving the second book to the point where I've actually got the audio for it, because I have not read any of A Court of Silver Flames, like listened to it at all on my commute to work since starting the Book of Ezreal. I'm really loving it, and honestly I'm also kind of determined to finish the series for once, reading it back to back. Hi guys, sorry, I literally just got in and I was just twiddling my hair in the car. Does anyone else do this where like they park up if you drive, and if you drive and listen to audiobooks? She parked up and I had to wait until my chapter was finished. Does anyone else have to do that or just me? I am on chapter 13. I don't know how many pages that is, but each chapter in the audiobook is about like 25 minutes. So I'm listening to about a chapter and a half to and from work. I kind of am loving the absolute darkness from our female main character. Like, I'm actually loving Diana as this dark, thoughtless bitch. I genuinely am loving her, and I don't normally like characters like that, so the fact that I'm enjoying her like that is really surprising me. I think because the first book let us see her humanity and let us understand that humanity, that now seeing her this way, actually you feel more like compassion for her and you really know why she is the way that she is, and it's so heartbreaking. I want to scream. Like, honestly, the scene that I just finished listening to was so good. I have quite a lot of work that I need to do now that I'm home. I decided to come home quite early, like, well, I left work at 5, so I wouldn't really say that's early. Hopefully by like 7ish, half 7, I'll be completely finished and I can just read, because all I want to do right now is read or listen to the audiobook. really quickly, guys, because I have to leave for work in a second. I have my October Fairy book. It's Deal with the Devil's Theme. This is the adult fantasy box. Oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. This is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. This is such a different, this gives Great Gatsby vibes. Such a different cover to the original cover. This is very like Great Gatsby, golden green themed. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. What the hell? And the bottom have sprayed as well. Wow, that is stunning. Look at the hardcover, the printed hardcover. That is absolutely stunning. Wow, the characters look really cute. They kind of look like siblings though, so who knows. And then, oh, so maybe they are siblings, I don't know, because this end over is more my type of end paper. Again, it's very interesting. This is a very different vibe looking to Stephanie Garber, because I've obviously read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by her. This gives very different vibes. It starts in a class of an old movie theatre, folklore 517, local legends and urban myths taught by women and called the profession. Taught by a woman called the Professor. Most of the students believe the Professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic is real. Her search for the truth leads her to a dazzling new world, a deadly ultimatum hidden at the heart of Los Angeles, and into the path of a magic stranger who claims he's been sent to save her life. But everyone in this intoxicating new world is lying to her, even a stranger, and if she can't figure out whom to trust, her magical reality could change from a Hollywood dream to a nightmare. Guys, I'm sorry, my hair looks absolutely crazy. We're not driving, we are just chilling. I've just paid for my pay and display ticket, but I'm gonna read, I think, a little bit on my Kindle, maybe listen to more of my audiobook. Whilst we wait, I'm listening to the audio and I'm reading on the Kindle the Throne of Broken Gods, which is the second in the Book of Azrael series. I'm really enjoying it actually, because the audio naturally transfers over to my Kindle. I'm currently 20 minutes early for my nail appointment because my nails are very green out. I'm only 44% of the way through, and I will say I am feeling a little bit demotivated by the fact that I'm only 33% of the way through, 44% of the way through. Like, I'm not even halfway through and I've been reading it for a whole week already. This is entering my second week of reading, but then I have mainly been listening to it via audio. I haven't really been reading a lot on my Kindle. I'm actually really enjoying the audiobook. I wasn't really loving it to start off with, but now that I've got like adapted to everybody's voice, to the voices of all the characters, or like what the characters' voices sound like, I'm actually really enjoying the audio. I do still pick it up here and there and like finish a chapter or read a couple of chapters on my Kindle, but I have majority been listening on audio and really enjoying it. I do think I'll listen to the next book in the series on audio as well, like do the Kindle audio like version as well, so I can listen to it whilst I'm driving to work. I think what it is this book is very long, and if I had more time to read after work, I would be so much further through, and I think that's what it is like a week feels like a very long time to me. I normally read one book within a few days and then I will move on to the next, but this is just a lot, or like I won't read for a couple of days that week. So yeah, it just feels like this is taking me a while to get through, but I am still really loving the stories. Hey guys, it's the end of Tuesday. I am home, as you can tell. I have been home for exactly like 35 minutes. It's been a very long day, an exhausting day, but I've got some reading updates for you. I just finished listening to chapter 50 of The Throne of Broken Gods. I am well aware this is the first time I've actually held the physical book in this video. I am over halfway. I've read 396 pages. I've got 366 pages left of this physical copy. My Kindle edition is like 900 pages long. The physical copy is slightly less pages. Although this is chunky and a little bit repetitive in terms of the behaviours that we see, I still have so much hope, and I almost am enjoying the fact that we're seeing this withdrawn kind of consequence for actions in this book. For some reason, I just love that in books. I love when there's a solid consequence about everything that's happened. I don't want to spoil it, but the portrayal of grief is excellently executed in my opinion, and there's multiple different ways. Like in the first book we have grief and we have shame and we have guilt. and I feel like those themes are really well explored, and I really have so much respect for the way that Amber V. Nicole is writing these. I am so glad I decided to pick up a physical book, and I feel like Mate was exactly what I needed. As you can see, I've added some tabs. I didn't realise there is quite sensitive topics in this book. Okay, I don't see any kind of like content warning, but I feel like you should be aware that this book has themes of like terminal illness in it. At least that's what it appears like it's going to have in it. I do want to make you aware that, because I was not anticipating that going into this book, and I think it kind of caught me a little bit off guard. And I will say that terminal illness is not something that I tend to gravitate towards in books, because I have lost family members over terminal illnesses, and I have family members who struggle with chronic pain. It is well written so far. I'm enjoying the book, and I really liked Bride as well, so it's not surprising me that I'm enjoying this, but I just felt like that was a theme that really just got sidelined in. I didn't realise that was a theme in here, and I maybe would have gone in a little bit more prepared if I had known. Anyway, I'm on chapter 10, which is 104 pages in. I'm genuinely really liking this. Good morning, guys. I woke up and thought it was Friday, so I am absolutely devastated to be learning that it's Wednesday. Just look at this for progress. What? I have not sat down and read that many pages in one sitting in a while. That felt really good. I also finally remembered to take Wild Robot from my physical TBR trolley and take it to school. So, I will catch you guys later. Yeah, whilst we wait for my car to warm up before I take off, because I know that's healthy for my car, I want to give you guys an update on Mate. I am absolutely loving this book, and I think my nails match the book so well. I think I've already told you guys that, but I am obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. I am 290 pages through the book now. There's 444 pages, so I've got roughly about 150 pages left. I'm very much enjoying this. I'm loving it so much, and when I'm picking up, I'm literally just demolishing through 100 pages or more, so that is really good. I'm so happy about that. And like I said, I've been kind of not slumpy, but the way that I've been reading has been very different, I would say, recently. I think when I get really stressed, I don't tend to read very well. This love is like detrimental. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's so gut-wrenching. Like, they are so good together, but they just can't be together, and it kind of is like soul-breaking. And it's like, I understand the reasons, and the characters understand the reasons themselves, that they just can't be together, but they are so good together, and it's just really sad. I was talking about the chronic pain. You do find out more about that in this book, and I will say I had a prediction about that, but then the way that Ali Hazelwood has written this book, I second guessed myself. I didn't believe it. I believe in the pain and everything, and I think the way that she's kind of bent the reader's mind to go down a certain track is such an amazing skill as an author. I'm genuinely really liking this, and I'm hoping I could be finished by today, but I know this is going to be my late finish day. Very excited to get home and read more of this. I literally am loving it so much, and you know I'm loving something when I choose to tab. Like, I don't tab all of my books, but I genuinely am enjoying this so much that it just felt right to get my tabs out and tab key parts, and I have teared up in multiple points of this book already. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to make me cry. I'm not one of those book girlies who doesn't cry. I am going to head off to work now, and I will give you guys a reading update later on. Hey guys, just got back from work. I had some dinner and I made myself a cup of tea. If I hear the line and a lock on a door in a house rattled one more time, I might scream. At first I didn't understand its significance, and now I understand its significance so much, but the repetition of the line is almost at that irking stage where you just want to scream about it. It's a good line. I understand why the line's being used, but I'm feeling the anger and frustration. I think I'm getting to the point in the book now where I'm reaching that point where I'm kind of like, can we move through this a little bit. Can we get through it? I feel like I was really enjoying it. I think I was really enjoying it. Like I said, I really enjoy my books of consequences, but I feel like we haven't moved anywhere in the plot in a while. The plot hasn't developed in a while. We've got to know these characters more, and I feel like I care a lot more about the characters that we weren't really that familiar with in the last book, for sure. But although that character develop has come and I actually do care about these characters a lot more, we are at that kind of stage, I feel like, where the plot has become a little bit stagnant. We've not moved really. We're not seeing much improvement in our female main character. Did it. I finished Mates last night and I absolutely loved this book. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I feel like that's right because I loved it when I was reading it and it definitely was giving me 5-star vibes when I was reading it. However, now that I am not reading it, I'm still obsessed with the characters, but I didn't wake up like thinking about them. I do think at the end things were resolved quite quickly. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday, or for me, happy first day of half term. We have made it. Reading update wise, I'm on page 602 of Throne of Broken Gods by Amber Nicole. We are getting there, guys. I literally have 200 pages left. I am so excited by that, and I'm also so proud of myself, like the fact that I've listened to / read so many pages. I picked up Soul Searching by Lila Sage and I put it next to my bed on my bedside table as like my possible next read, depending on how I feel in the morning. I started Soul Searching. I'm literally only 4 chapters in, so I'm 25 pages through. I literally, like I said, I literally only read for like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, so I haven't read for a long period of time at all yet. So we're very much at the very beginning, but this book follows a girl called Collins. She can see kind of ghosts and she's always been able to see ghosts, but recently they've stopped talking to her, and we know that there's been like some type of incident, but we don't really know what's happened to make her job run dry, and also for her to feel like the ghosts aren't talking to her for some deliberate reason. At the very beginning of this book, she is driving home to Wyoming Peak and she decided to move away because she needed stronger boundaries, and she also just found it really hard to be around all of that socialite all the time. She wanted to have some space, and she found that with space it was easier for her boundaries to be respected by others, so that's why she decided to move away. But now she's returning back because they think that she's coming back to help them, but she actually is coming back because her job's run dry, the ghosts no longer speak to her, and she just feels like an epic failure. On this drive back, her car breaks down and we have the first introduction of extra characters in the story. So we have Brady, and we also meet her sister Clark, and we also meet Bradley, and they save her from the side of the road where her car has broken down. That's how we set the scene of the whole meeting. This girl is fierce with pepper spray, just saying, and it's hilarious, and I've already been giggling. I do think I will probably finish this today. Like I said, I find Lila Sage's writing really easy to read. Hello guys, good evening. I transferred to bed with my green tea to finish off the last couple of pages of Soul Searching. I loved this book. It was so good, exactly what I was hoping for it to be, and like I said, I really love Lila Sage's writing. I really enjoy it. This was very different to her last series, but we do get a little cameo at the end from Amos Ryder and Cam, and it just makes me so happy. I absolutely loved this book. I really love her writing. I think she's such an easy author to read. Her books are usually relatively short, like 300 pages or so. I will say this felt very different to her last series, but I don't think it was a bad thing. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I loved it, but I didn't love it as much as the Rebel Brew Ranch. But I think that's just because it was a bit different. I definitely think the next one has a massive opportunity of shocking me so much. It does have a sneak peek in the back of here of Free Falling, which is going to follow female characters from this book's sister's love story, and I'm very excited to see that. I feel like the ending to me felt a little abrupt. I completely understand why it ended like that, but it did kind of feel a touch abrupt. at the end, and I feel like that's why maybe I didn't have that full like 4.5, 5-star vibes, but I did really enjoy this, and I really thought it was a great read actually to read around this time of year with the ghosts and the spooky side of things, and I am very happy to have read this, and it's another book off of my physical TBR. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!